Okay, so for those of you who don't know this, I enjoy a good game of chess from time to time. Now, my wife won't play with me.
You're such a nerd.
So unfortunately, I have to play all of my games online. Now, I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty decent at this game, but the one area that I really struggle with is closing a game out. You know why? It's because I don't get very much practice at it. Not because I'm not in a position to win. It's because the moment I gain an advantage on my opponent, they quit. Isn't that just our culture now? As soon as you know you're not going to come out on top, just quit. Give up. Why waste your valuable time in a losing effort? That doesn't sit well with me. It never has. When I'm competing and losing, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to work harder.
I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to work harder.
Preach it, honey. We want to instill this attitude in our children. For example, my wife and I try to take our kids skating at least once a week. And my son has outgrown his skate trainer. But the thing is, he really doesn't like to fall down. Since he's been off the trainer, if he slips and falls, he just wants to get off the ice. So the other day, I took the kids out onto the little lake by our house to shoot some pucks. And my son fell down when he was following through on a shot. And I helped him get back up and I said, it's okay to fall down. Even Connor McDavid falls down. But the important thing is he gets back up. And it clicked. He fell down 3 more times and he picked himself right back up and kept shooting. He also crashed the net like Smitty, which is just awesome. Which brings me to the Oilers. Now, they would basically have to win 12 or 13 of their remaining 17 games to get into the playoffs. So they're not mathematically eliminated yet, but I think we can all agree that it's just not going to happen. And yet, the team simply refuses to quit. Now, I know that some people probably don't think this is a big deal, but if you look through a lot of my old videos, you'll see that I feel one of the biggest issues that this team has faced over the last number of years is not a losing culture, but a quitting culture. This was a trademark of the Oilers during the Taylor Hall era. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not assigning him all the blame on that. But his time here was defined by teams with no resiliency. That quitting attitude is one of the main reasons that I was so embarrassed to put a jersey on. I can handle the losing. I mean, we've experienced a lot of that. But one thing I cannot abide is not even trying. Which is why these last 7 games, outside of the second period collapse against the Leafs, has been so refreshing. Everyone has written these guys off, and yet they're still working their butts off. The play of Leon Draisaitl in particular has stood out as he stepped up big time with McDavid out of the lineup for 3 of 4 games. So with just over a month left in the season, it doesn't feel like an enormous waste of time to sit down and watch these guys play. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Does anyone out there, other than my dad, still think the Oilers can make the playoffs? Are you even watching the games anymore? What did you think of my wife singing? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.